The Electro Wizard is arguably the strongest mini in the game. He's a medium range mini that deals relatively low damage, but his super will stun 2 other minis for a short time. At star level 1, this super starts to get insane and will stun up to 4 enemies at a time. At star level 2, his super adds an effect to dissipate opposing enemies' energy, and at star level 3, the stun duration of this super is increased by 2 full seconds. Now, he's best used behind a tanky hero or mini to keep him alive, but how would he do 1v1 versus every mini in the game? Let's find out. Starting off against one of the most basic units in the game, the Knight. Now, the Knight has 2 more hit points than the Electro Wizard, as well as he gains a block. However, he has trouble getting that super off as the e-wiz uses his own super and dissipates the Knight's energy. Eventually, the Knight is able to use his block ability, and it does help him last longer, but at this point, we're just delaying the inevitable as the repeated stuns are just too much to overcome as the e-wiz emerges victorious. The Spear Goblin starts off this fight by using his Clash ability, Spear Toss. This gives him a massive head start. However, once the Electro Wizard traverses the board to get into range, he wastes no time in building up that super, and once he unleashes it, the zap sends the Spear Goblin off the board. In the next matchup, we see the Skeleton Giant on the other side of the board. Now, this is an interesting fight because the giant skeleton's one purpose in life is to get knocked out. Once that happens, he leaves behind a massive bomb that will inflict huge damage to all nearby enemies. However, in this fight, that ability doesn't matter because once he's knocked out, well, the match, it's over. In our next matchup, we see the speedy Mini P.E.K.K.A sprinting across the board. Now, you'll notice that every time he hits the E-Wizard, it dissipates his energy. This is thanks to the Mini P.E.K.K.A's 2-star ability, and this is the main reason why the Mini P.E.K.K.A takes this fight and puts a point on the board for his team. We see one of the most devastating Clash abilities at the start here as the bowler rolls that massive boulder across the map, stunning the e-wiz for 3 seconds and dealing extra damage. Just as the e-wiz is about to unleash a stun of his own, the bowler once again rolls that boulder and stuns him, and from there, well, the game is pretty much over. Healing versus Electricity. Now, both of these units deal 1 damage per hit. However, as the Healing Ranger builds towards her super, she's never actually able to get off that much needed heals as the Electro Wizard zaps her, takes her energy, and then finishes the job by knocking her off the board. In this massive mismatch, the P.E.K.K.A makes her way across the board while the e-wiz gets a bit of a lead thanks to the range. However, 1 hit from the P.E.K.K.A takes half his health, and then he barely gets off a stun just in time. However, once the P.E.K.K.A resets, it only takes 1 final blow and it's all over. Next up, we find the red-headed Valkyrie charging into battle. Once again, the e-wiz gets a bit of a lead and then stuns the Valk right before she can land a hit. He keeps at it, and with barely any hit points left, he is able to narrowly defeat the Valkyrie. 2 range minis face off here. Now, the Magic Archer's main shot deals 2 damage compared to the e-wiz at 1. The biggest factor here, however, is at star level 2, the Magic Archer gains Dissipate, and this prevents the e-wiz from ever getting off his super, and in the end, the Magic Archer stands victorious. Now, the Battle Healer has more hit points than the e-wiz. However, her super costs 8 energy to cast. We see the Electro Wizard once again prevent the opposing mini from casting their super, but a few hits later, the Battle Healer is able to utilize that massive heal, which takes her almost to full health once again. The stuns keep rolling in, and even more supers get stopped. As the time winds down, it's neck and neck, and the time expires just before the Battle Healer gets off 1 final super, and in a close match, the Electro Wizard wins. Now, you would think that the Mega Knight would have no problem thrashing a mini with less than half his hit points, but you'd be wrong. We see the 3-star ability from the Mega Knight just push around the e-wiz, but his super is able to stun the Mega Knight and then, even more wild, stop him in the middle of his Skyfall ability. Once he resets, he's able to finally get that super off, and it does work. While the e-wiz is stunned, the Mega Knight keeps pummeling him, but a last-second super from the e-wiz makes it a very close match that goes into sudden death and narrowly gives the Mega Knight a win. Now, the Miner has a unique ability to allow him to burrow to the other side of the map, catching enemies off guard. However, with no other minis to attack, the e-wiz is ready for the sneaky tunneler and makes him pay in short order. Fire versus electricity. Wizard versus wizard in this matchup. Now, both units have the same range, but the fire wizard is best suited in dealing area damage, and his opponent is all alone. Because of this, it doesn't take much time for the wizard to fly off the board. Out to avenge his fire brethren, the ice wizard steps on the board and immediately starts slowing down the electro wizard's attacks. Normally, the ice wizard thrives on groups being slowed, but even with the slow, he is no match and electricity reigns supreme. Now, the Barbarian has a passive rage ability that allows him to attack faster and faster as the match goes on, but the e-wiz is able to stun him, allowing himself to get extra shots off. He's catching up with those quick swings, but in the very end, with one final blow, it leaves the e-wiz standing alone. Now, the Archer is a classic unit that really needs protection, and here she has none. With one massive super, the e-wiz easily defeats her. Out of the gate, the Lumberjack uses his 3-star ability called Quick Sip to get that rage right off the start. It doesn't take him long to keep that rage rolling as well, but one stun from the e-wiz lasts so long that even with all that rage flowing, it's just simply not enough, and the Electro Wizard once again wins this matchup. The Dart Goblin is low-key one of the best units in the game, and he starts off strong with a proc from his 2-star ability stunning the e-wiz. He then wastes no time in building up that massive speed increase in his shots, lace in another stun, and this is an easy win for the Dart Goblin. With our very last contender on the field, the Skeleton Guard looks to show that elixir cost can be deceiving. His 3-star ability gives him a shield when the match starts, as well as his 2-star ability lets him attack even faster while that shield is active. For once, the enemy is actually able to get off their super just in time to help mitigate some of the e-wiz's super. The stun, however, still slows down the guard. With one final super and a couple more hits, the Electro Wizard defeats the guard in a close match with 1 second left on the clock. So there you guys go, the Electro Wizard 1v1 versus every mini in the game. Personally, I think that the Electro Wizard is the strongest mini in the game. I also really like the Dart Goblin, but I think the e-wiz is just absolutely a beast. If you don't have him in your deck already, you should absolutely give him a try out. He's already in mine. I've been using him a lot. At base level, he is really good. Star level 1, it's ridiculous, and star level 2, he is absolutely insane. You don't really need to upgrade him all the way to star level 3 because he is a rather expensive mini to place. However, it would just get even better. So if you're not already using him, you absolutely should give him a try out in your deck. It works with just about every deck in the game, honestly. Very versatile mini that you should definitely check out. So you guys let me know in the comments down below, which mini would you like to see me pit 1v1 versus all the other minis in the game next. I'll be looking for your suggestions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.